Yo, what's up, everybody? We back at it with another one. We got an awesome special guest in the house. I'll go ahead and let him introduce himself.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I'm Ray. I'm the owner of Alluring Serpents, and I got a couple other businesses, industry related, that I'm working on. And yeah, I breed ball pythons, and I really don't have any other species. I'm obsessed with them. I guess it's the colors and the patterns, and I'm an artist by nature, so that's definitely the variety that we have in ball pythons is definitely what attracted me to it.
I like it, man. I like it. Yo, you got a lot of people showing you love in the chat. You got Mr.
What's up,
J in the
guys?
house. Yo, what's good, Mr. J? Everybody popping in. Appreciate you guys.
What's going
Sorry
on?
I sound
Appreciate you
like
guys being
crap,
here.
chat. I'm sick, so apologize. It's not your speaker that sounds weird. It's me. Um, so
Lady Tiz, Justin, what up, guys? Go ahead.
So you say you work with just ball pythons? You don't really have any other reptiles that you work with?
Yeah, eventually I will, man. I want to get some lychee geckos. I want to get what are those things called? They're like they're the black. It's like black and has the orange eyes around it. What is it called? I just completely
Oh,
went blank.
you're talking about the red eye crocodile skink.
Yes, Jesus Christ, man! I couldn't think of the name of it for my life.
Yeah, we got a group of them. We're trying to breed them.
Dude, those things are so badass. So
They're so
yeah,
freaking cool.
yeah. Right now it's just ball pythons, but eventually that'll lead me into other things, and I'm excited for it. Yo, Kike, what up?
Yo, Bosa, what up, AA Ron?
Big
Um,
Barbosa.
I love that I started that whole AA Ron thing with him. Every time I see him popping alive, it was like, "Yo, what's up, AA Ron?" I love it.
Yeah,
That
that's
shit
funny.
cracks me up. Um, so what is your favorite reptile in your collection as of now?
Uh, you're saying
Like just out of specific, what like if you're like, hey, I'm really proud of like somebody's there looking at your collection, be like, yo, check this out.
oh, dude, yeah, I got a handful of those, but I would say like the Exanthic clown stuff is definitely where my heart's at. But I just picked up something really cool from KG at Bomb Project, so I'm excited to see if it proves out to be something that's pretty dope. Yeah, but yeah, definitely the Exanthic clown stuff is like my first go-to when I show people stuff.
My boy over here working with Xanthic clown, not just clown, not just Xanthic, but he went with the double recessive. I
Yeah,
like it.
man, I'm obsessed
I
with it,
like
man.
it.
Especially when Justin dropped that Exanthic clown Desert Ghost. Like, listen, I'm a tattoo artist, right? I've been a tattoo artist since I was 16, and and I've always been attracted to doing black and gray tattoos or black, gray, and white tattoos, right? I could do color, and I love color, and we could create beautiful things with it, but my heart's always been in the black and gray. So when I got into ball pythons and I started seeing these Xanthics, and then I saw the Xanthic clown, and then you know, it's just
Like it. We just picked up a female Xanthic. She's from my understanding, she's a crap. Was it a TSK? Something like that. I can't remember. I had to
okay.
look.
Yeah,
Um,
I fuck with VPI just because it's just a bigger market, you know what I mean? And
her
it's a
tub's
little
right here.
easier
Yeah, it's
little
VPI.
easier to pick up combos with VPI in it.
That's what this one is VPI. Just had to look at her paper.
Oh,
She's
okay,
like
cool.
right next to her. But no, that's super cool, man. I need to get more Xanthic now because I really like the silvery look to her.
Yeah. The only thing I
So
tell
it'll,
people is like focus on dark genetics and pattern mutations. That's all you can focus on with Xanthic.
I was thinking like GHI, Blackhead.
Yeah, Black
Like
Panther.
when I
Yeah.
looked at her, I was like, oh, this would be dope in a couple of these.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Um, so how did you get into the hobby?
Um when I met my dad, he had a big ball python. I was about 12, and of all the pets that he had, that was the one I was attracted to. And growing up, I didn't really have any. But then as I became an adult, I was like, okay, let me get a couple. I got some normal ball pythons, had them in a tank, little enclosure, enrichment, and then started learning more about it and came across Brian Barchek. Shout out to Brian, prayers, and he kind of just changed the way I thought about things, and I wanted to get deeper into it, and then I came across a ball python. It was a spinner blast, so it was a pastel spider pinstripe, and it was yellow, brown, and white, and that was like the first time I've seen a ball python with different colors. It wasn't a normal, and you know, it's all the rest is history from there, man. It was just like let's collect, collect, collect. I started just mashing up anything together. I got this male, I got this female. Let's throw things together. It wasn't until about 3 going on 4 years now that I really dove in and started to analyze the market and really do some self-educating on genetics and what looks good, and you know, going down the more serious road.
Right on. I like it, man. I like it. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Try now, like from here on, now that you're actually really trying to puzzle in some pretty cool more. So I like what you're doing over there. I checked
Yeah,
out your page, man. You're already working with some pretty cool reptiles.
thank you, bro.
I don't know. I don't know if we could ever beat or be on Bosa's level over here. I don't know if you see what Bosa put.
That classic, super classic. I got a couple of those.
Damn, Bosa over here shouting out the merch and everything. Selfless plug. No, I'm just kidding.
No doubt. I appreciate you, big dog. I'll show you
Yo, what
later
up,
if you wanna
Jake?
see it.
I like it, man. That's dope. I got to get on my own site and start pulling some more merch. I'm over here. I've got a ton of like the old merch. I need to start producing more newer merch.
Yeah, man.
Um,
It's a business at the end of the day, and there's a lot of different avenues that you could go down and stay in the industry and still be able to generate income. So you got clothing, you got
oh,
rodents, you got the animals,
for sure.
you got the YouTube and social media. So
Yeah, TikTok and YouTube has been our major push lately. Instagram is, man, I stepped away from Instagram for a little bit. There was a lot of drama there a lot of, for a while. So I stepped back. I was like, man, I'm gonna let people do their thing over there. I'm gonna be over here. So we
yeah,
moved to TikTok, and within the first month, we had 1,000 subscribers. We did a live over there, and TikTok's been really good to us. We're pushing almost 12,000 followers on TikTok now. It's only been like a
oh,
month and a half.
phenomenal. That's phenomenal, bro.
Oh yeah, dude! Like first live, I think we went from 1,000 to 5,000, and then like about around our third live, we were already at like I think 8,000 followers, and then so on, and then like I'm still learning the rules on TikTok because they don't like freedom of speech.
Yeah,
So certain things you say on there, they're like, no, you get the bad
dude,
hammer. So like I just got out
listen,
of like TikTok jail for like a week.
that's
It
every
freaking sucked.
platform, man. This place is a madhouse right now, to be
Yo,
honest.
for sure. I mean, hell, look at Antoine. Antoine lost his account over literally nothing.
Over Photoshop.
Um,
Yeah.
yep. No, and then on top of that, I had or just before him, I lost my Instagram. A lot of people didn't know that. I lost my Instagram for over 24 hours. They
Yeah.
legit took it off to where nobody can find me, nothing. I was supposed to do a live with I think it was Bourbon City Exotics,
Hmm.
and I had to use my wife's Instagram account to actually hit them up to be able to plan the live out. Because they shut my stuff completely down. Nobody could message me. Nobody could. I couldn't message them. The account was completely gone.
Yeah, that happened to me, man. Before I had this account that I have now, I was up to above 5,000 followers on Instagram, and I hatched out a snake that only had one eyeball, and I posted a picture of it, and I said, "Look at my one-eyed snake." And when I went to log back in, the shit was gone, and I could never get it back, so I had to start fresh again. But I'm up to like 3,000 now.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, fucking. And I would thinking innocent, man. Not even thinking like I don't even talk like that, so that's never in my head. You know what I mean? But I literally had a snake
Yeah,
with one eye. Yeah, I was like, "Fuck, man! If these people would have just looked at the picture, they would have understood."
they would have
But
understood. Yeah, I totally get it because I almost made that mistake. I legitimately. So we had two snakes here that were given to us by a breeder. He had produced call albinos, and then with the call albino gene, there's a lot of like deformities.
mhm,
And so these two snakes, one of them came out with no eyes, and the other one had a single eye. So we had a motley jungle call albino, and that one had no eyes at all. And
yeah,
then the jungle call albino had the single eye. And so I legitimately started typing up in Instagram. I was like, yo, check out this one-eyed snake. And I was like, wait a minute. Like it hit me too. And I was like, you know, I'm not gonna post that. I'm not gonna be like that. But like, yo, I said, just check this out. And I left it like that. And
Yeah, I
now
wish
I'm
I
kind
had
of
that.
glad that I did, because I'd have been pissed, man, if I lost my account over that.
Hell yeah, I was fucking pissed. I'm still pissed about it. I'm bitter.
They did
But
the same thing to what was
yeah,
it? My boy over there in California, Drew 408 Reptiles. They
yeah.
took his account too for literally nothing. They said he was bullying.
Dude,
And
I used to be an avid person that talked about, like, I would talk about politics all the time and how corrupt it is, and I would connect dots and speak about it on Facebook. And they deleted my account twice because I was relentless. So yeah, at the end of the day, it was just like, you know what? The people that could do something about it are either doing something about it or they're not. I said me talking about it on Facebook is a waste of time, even if I'm letting people know what they might not know already.
right.
You know, they're gonna find out one way or another, so it's all good. I just put that on the back burner, and I pay attention to things. You know, I just don't talk about it as much anymore, because what's the point? That's like talking about the drama in our industry. You know, what's the fucking point? It's a waste of my time.
Dude, it's a waste of time at this point, man. You're
Yeah,
feeling fire, or what is it, beating a dead horse at that point.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. And you
yeah,
could bring a
I get it.
yeah, you could lead a horse to water, right? But you can't make him drink.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts. That's why I was like, man, like instead of just jumping in and getting all involved in it on when everybody was going down each other's throats, I'm like, man, I'm gonna just go hang out on this platform for a little bit. I'll be back.
yeah. The
I've
crazy
only maybe done like one or two lives on Instagram since then.
Yeah, the crazy thing is I got dragged in,
Did
whether
you really?
intentionally or unintentionally. Yeah, but you know, I talked about it and I said what I had to say about it, and we keep it moving.
I heard there was some drama recent, just like 2 days ago. I guess people had a falling out, and there's a whole big thing about it. I'm like, damn. I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on anymore, man.
Yeah, it's all good. It is what it is.
It happens. It happens. Fuck it. Um. So, what was your first reptile?
It was a green iguana.
Oh shit! You went big or went home, man.
I was young, dude. I was like, I think I was like 12 or 13. Yeah, it was 13, and I got some green iguanas, and I got the fish tank, and I got the lights and all this stuff. And my mom came home, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "These are my iguanas. Check it out." But I was raised by a single mom, and I was the only child, so she let me do, you know, if it wasn't harmful, she would let me. She would let me do what I want to do, really. You know, so
Dude,
shout out.
my mom straight said, no, if it got scales, get it the hell away from me.
No,
To
yeah, she
this
wasn't happy
day,
about it, but she let me keep it. She
I
wasn't
think
like,
it took
"Yeah, go."
I think it took my mom until I was 16 to where she was like, you have them in your room, leave them in the room.
Yeah,
Don't bring them out to scare the shit out of me. Yeah, what my uncle do? My uncle came over, heard I had reptiles. He's all, oh, watch this. He takes my big ass ball python. I had a Volta, and back then I didn't even know I had a Volta, but this thing was like 6 feet, dude. Big old python.
yeah,
And he straight walks up to my mom. He's like, hey, give me a hug, sister. She turned around, gave him a big old hug. The snake is chilling right here, dude. So she straight hugged him and the snake, and then realized that there's a snake in her freaking face. I don't think I've ever seen my mom jump that high. That shit
that's a
was
fact.
hilarious, dude. I almost pissed myself laughing. She was
Yeah,
all
of
mad
course.
as shit. She's like, I told you to keep him in your room. I was like, he's my uncle. What am I supposed to tell him? No.
You know what's interesting is, like, when our parents wouldn't want us to do something is when we want to do it, right? So they don't want us to have
Yep.
reptiles. So we want to have reptiles. Now I have reptiles, and I want my kids to be super involved and geek out with me and all this stuff, but like they like them, but they're not like how I am about it, you know? And that's okay,
Dude,
because
my
they're gonna find
daughter's
their own thing.
obsessed.
Yeah. My
My
youngest son
daughter's
likes to hold
obsessed
them.
with everything in here, and then my
Yeah.
son, he really likes the tortoises. That's like his favorite thing is the turtles and the
Yeah.
tortoises.
That's all.
Like,
Yeah.
like
I'm
I
hoping
had blue.
eventually,
Oh,
whatever,
go
bro.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I hope eventually like they'll start to pick up on like, all right, let's pay attention to genetics, let's pay attention to different combos, and let's see what we have and come up with their own plans on what we could create and stuff like that. But it all comes in time, man.
No, for sure. My wife and my kids, I'm hoping that they start learning genetics. It's like speaking a foreign language, and I'm talking genetics to my wife. She's like, "That sounds cool." I have no idea what the hell any of that means combined.
Yeah, man, it
But
would be fun to geek out with your family, bro. Like, hey, man, let's sit down and just analyze all these genetics that we have and what we can possibly do with them. And but
well, so like we had a lot of banana stuff. So I was like, "Hey, let's put banana into like champagne and cinnamon. Let's do this. Let's do that." She's like, "That sounds cool. I don't know what snake you're fucking talking about."
yeah, she's
She's
like
all, "I
cinnamon
hear
from the
banana. I'm
suburbs.
assuming that's a yellow snake." I'm like, "Yeah." She's all, "What's a champagne?" And then we start just like going into it. So then it's funny. Now I really have to like label everything what they are. Even
Yeah,
though like I know what they are, but I have to make sure I label it correctly. Because I can look at it and tell you what it is. But if
yeah,
she looks at it, she's like, "It's pretty." That's
yeah, yeah. My collection's pretty small right now. I'm only at like 36 snakes. I'm nothing crazy, but I got a couple
not
powerhouse
bad.
things. Yeah, I got a couple powerhouse things here and there, and the goal is the beauty of having the small collection is that everything I'm going to be producing moving forward is double and triple hets of Xanthic
Oh, you're playing the
Clown
long game.
DG. Oh yeah, super long game, man. I'm not a instant gratification type person. I'd rather, wait it out and focus on what's gonna happen in the next like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
No, for sure, man. Um, quality in, quality out, especially at that size collection, man. You have so much potential at that point.
Yeah, here's the beauty of it is that I have a lot of recessive gene females. So I'm gonna put this double visual Xanthic Clown Boy to all the recessive females. So we'll have a triple het Xanthic Clown Hypos, Xanthic Clown DGs, Xanthic Clown Pieds. And then eventually, when we hit the triples and we have, the triple visuals, we can put those together and make double visual double heads. So everything will be Xanthic Clown, double head DG Pi, double head DG Hypo, double head Pied Hypo, genetic stripe,
Okay,
you know, and so forth.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna take
that's
time,
that's
man.
gonna
But
be pretty dope.
yeah, it's gonna be really dope, man. It's gonna take time, but at the end of the day, it's like we're gonna spend the time anyway. Might as well like focus on something really cool in the future.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what you come up with, man. I'm really excited to see that. I know it's
Thanks,
gonna
man.
take you
Appreciate
a
that.
while, but as long as you're dedicated to it, I think you got it, my guy.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. One of the things is like because that's gonna take me so long, I get to focus on other things industry related. So I breed rodents. I focus on the clothing line aspect of it. Making like a water solution for the rodents to cut down on the ammonia. Um,
Okay.
I got some other bigger plans and ideas. I just haven't put it out there yet because I want one thing to work after another thing.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I commend you because I can't breed rodents, dude. Can't do it. The smell just kills me. I'll be in there every day, like cleaning them out and like just making sure everybody's maintained it good. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I didn't have like the right filtration and stuff. I want to get a big shed out back
Yeah.
and start up a rodent room, and just do it that way. Got like a good ventilation system, get an AC unit in there because I know and I live in Arizona, so it's gonna be hot.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Um,
hot. Bro.
but I want to
So here's
try to
the
do it
here's the
again. But
thing.
man, it's
It, wa-
insane.
it was the ammonia that killed you. If it was the ammonia that killed you, then what I'm making will actually benefit you. So like right now, if I walk out back, I just recently implemented the water solution that I made into the whole system, the whole program. And if you walk out there right
Okay.
now, I haven't changed it in over a week, and there's no ammonia smell. All you smell is like bedding and like yeah. Like I asked my son earlier today, I was like, "Yo, you smell ammonia?" Because sometimes I feel like I go nose blind to it because it's like just there all the time. He's
Right.
like, "No, I don't smell ammonia. I smell just like bedding." I was like, "All right, perfect." So
Wow.
yeah, we're 1 week in already. So um,
Dude, that's
yeah,
like a whole fucking game changer right there.
yeah, it's gonna be really big, man. If I can extend the life of bedding to let's say 3 weeks, That's a huge benefit. That's people saving money left and right, just on the amount of time that they or the amount of bedding that they use. But on
The
top
amount
of
of
that,
time, bedding, yeah,
all right.
everything, man.
Now here's
That's
another thing.
insane.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And here's another thing is that a lot of people get 2 or 3 different beddings, and then they get the PDZ, and then they have this mixture that they make of rodent bedding to try to reduce the ammonia smell. So you'll be able to. I'm just using pine pellets right now. That's it.
Okay.
I don't have the PDZ. I don't have pine shavings, pine pellets. I don't have all this other stuff. Just one bedding. It's rotting out. I just started with the whole operation. Prior to that, I had a 4 bin 1.5 system rack, and that's gone for like 2-3 weeks without any ammonia. So yeah, pretty cool, man.
Dude, you changing the game over there. I swear, if that stuff takes off, man, I will be one of the first people to endorse it, bro.
Awesome, man.
Like,
Yeah,
100%, I would endorse the shit out of that, dude.
yeah. I'm a
Because I
solution
got a
seeker.
sensitive nose.
Yeah.
Um, being that I'm almost legally blind,
Okay.
so my
So
hearing and my nose are like overdrive,
yeah, yeah. That's how it
and so
happens.
that's what was killing me was like my nose is super hypersensitive. And so like yeah, like I could tell you if my neighbor's making steak from me sitting in my house. Like I can smell that. That's how good my nose is.
Yeah.
And so like the second I open the rat room and I smell that, I'm like, nope, I'm about to die.
Yeah, I
Like
got a
that.
couple buddies, man, where they have to freaking, they mask up like they're painting graffiti, and they got painter's
Yeah,
masks on, and they're like,
that's what I had to do. The big old respirator on my face and everything. Like as
yeah.
if I was about to go like tag up a school or something, man. Like
Later, Justin. Um, so yeah, man, that's something else I got going on. So like, even though my collection's small and I won't really have animals available for quite a while, there's different avenues that I could focus on. And I'm a solution seeker, so if I see a problem, I'm gonna try to find out the best way to solve that problem. Um,
like it.
and I just feel like this is one of those things because I started breeding the rodents and I was like, man, that shit smells so bad. So how do we take care of the smell? And I was getting like the bedding mixtures, and then there's like a company that has like food that does it a little bit. So then when you mix that food and that type of bedding, it reduces the ammonia smell. And I was like, listen, man, the ammonia comes from the urine. The urine comes from water. So let's focus on the water and see what we could come up with. And I've had some success, so pretty excited.
No, I'm excited to see how that goes, man. That's a whole game changer right there. I don't know
Yeah,
anybody else that's doing that. I know a lot of rodent breeders, and the common thing that they deal with is the smell.
yeah,
And so, I mean, if you're able to come up with something to where it's healthy for the animal, it doesn't cause any harm to the animal, and it's still producing healthy, rodents and feeders,
yeah.
and
So that,
on
that was a
top of
lot
that,
of questions that was a lot of
oh, go ahead.
questions that I had. Where I had some mice. I don't know if they were sneezing. It sounded like they were sneezing. But like they stopped sneezing after they were drinking the water. They're still reproducing babies. The rats still look healthy. They're still eating normal. They got good size to them. Like everything is really normal about it. So,
Have you been keeping track of how much they were producing, like rodent wise, before you started to after you started?
so I originally bought this lady's operation, and all the rodents that I bought from her were already old. So they were only laying me like 4 babies, 5 babies. So I literally had to start fresh. Um,
Okay.
I had to hold back every baby that I got and was lucky and blessed to have, and then grow those up. And now those are actually producing for me now. And these litters are like 12, 15. I think I had one that was like almost 20. So I mean,
Nice.
yeah, the rodent production doesn't seem to be affected by it. The health of the rodent doesn't seem to be affected by it. Their eating habits don't seem to be affected by it. So I got pretty good rating so far across the board as far as like analyzing the effects of it.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Thank you, bro.
No, that is a game changer right there, bro.
Yeah, it's really
Um,
cool.
that is super cool. So what is your favorite species to work with, or even if it's something that you don't have as is?
I had a Savannah water monitor when I was younger, like early teens, and that was probably my favorite thing to handle and to deal with.
Yeah, Asian water monitor or Savannah?
Savannah.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I didn't know
I
too much
like.
though, man. I was a kid. I was ignorant to a
No,
lot
no,
of
you're
stuff.
good. I was like, I was like, yeah, I know I got a bunch of people here, and I actually work with monitors. Actually, behind me here is an Asian water monitor, a Guru
Nice.
Asian water monitor, and then on the other side of the room we have Savannahs.
That's dope. Yeah.
We're trying to breed more into monitors and stuff. Our next is to get is I'm trying to pick up some black or extra black dragons. I
Mhm.
want to start producing black dragon Asian water monitors.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're
Um,
beautiful.
oh, beautiful animals. So I want to start producing them myself and kind of moving into more monitor species. We're talking about getting Bell's face, lace monitors.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
making
That's
the
another thing I wanted to get in the future was like those blue. What are they called? Blue green tree monitors or blue tree
oh yeah,
monitors?
yep. Blue. They have the blues. They have the greens.
Blue, green,
Um,
yellow, and what's the other one? I don't remember if it was. Is there a purple
okay.
one? I don't even freaking know. But they were
That'd
dope,
be
man.
cool as hell.
Yeah, I fell in love with the blue one when I went to the reptile store when I used to buy rodents, and I saw it, and I was like, "Holy shit, what is that?" So
They're pretty cool. I've seen quite a few of them lately. I noticed they're starting to become more of a real popular thing.
yeah,
But I've been telling people if you can't spend the 20K to get one, I was like, your next best thing, get a blue tail monitor. It's pretty close.
yeah. But I got to educate myself a lot on. I like to do, you know, self education. I when I got into ball pythons, I just started going super hard about everything, and you know, any species that I get next, I'll have to definitely educate myself first before I get it. Make sure I got everything set up right, and then move forward. And we'll do one species at a time. But yeah, I think the next species will be the lychee geckos.
Nice.
Lychee, yeah, lychees are dope.
Lychee honest. I like lychees, man. They're pretty cool. My wife's been trying to talk me into getting into lychees. She's
Yeah.
like, I like because she's got a lot of gecko in general. Like she's got the cresteds, the leopards,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
So she's already
she
down
moved
that
in.
road.
Yeah, well then so that she talked me into getting some gargoyles. So we're gonna have a group of gargoyles coming in soon, taking over a guy's collection.
Yeah, that's really dope.
Um, and then she somehow she went through my phone and found my wholesale list for red eye croc skinks. And next thing I know, she coming home with a whole group of red eye crocodile skinks. So I was like, what? Wait a minute. So now she got those.
That's cool that you
Um,
guys do it together, though.
oh yeah, she's all super on board with it. She loves the reptiles.
Yeah.
It was funny on TikTok yesterday. A lot of people are like, "Oh, like, are you really into the reptiles?" Like talking to my wife, and I relayed the message. I was reading it to her, reading the comments to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I love them." And everybody's like, "Oh, well, like one dude was, or one person was trying to like, nah, you're girly, you wouldn't mess with them, blah blah blah." Like the way I guess the way she was dressed, he's like, you look too girly, you wouldn't mess with them." So I
Yeah,
was
them
like,
kids
"Hey,
are big about the
you want to pull out a big snake on live?" Because we had like 3,000 4,000 people on TikTok at that time. Um, so she's like, I'll pull out the big snake. So this one above me is an albino Burmese that's about 13, 14 feet.
nice.
She straight pulled that thing out there was no, it wasn't a thing, man. The chat started popping off. She's over here. She's small. She's like 5'5" ish, a little between that, like between 5'3" and 5'5". She's small.
Yeah.
So she over here 5 foot nothing holding the friggin' 13, 14 foot Burmese python, and people lost their friggin' minds. It was awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So, what is your favorite single gene morph?
Uh, maybe leopard, man. I like leopard a lot. I mean, Xanthic would probably be first, but if it was non-recessive, it'd be like leopard.
So then that keys into the next one. What is your favorite two gene? Like, if you
Oh,
put
okay.
any two genes together,
Xanthic
what would it be?
clowns. Yeah.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Eventually,
So,
I want to try working on Xanthic monsoons. I think that would look pretty dope.
oh, that would look dope.
Yeah, I think that would be
Or
cool.
Xanthic hurricane.
Yeah, exactly. Something with just like the fucking wildest pattern, man, and then make it black and white, and
Acid.
let's acid. Yeah, that's another good one.
That would be cool as hell.
Oh yeah, super blackhead
Well, now I
maybe.
know what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's okay, man. I hope you do, and then you can show me what it looks like so I can work on it.
Well, because I have Hurricane in our collection. I'm actually selling one of our Hurricane females. We produced a it's a Hurricane Mojave yellow belly spider female. And she's sitting at about 220 grams, has no wobble, no corkscrewing, nothing. But I'm keeping two of her siblings, keeping the male and then a female.
Yeah, as beautiful as it is, man, it's gonna be a hard sale just because the word spider.
The spider, yeah.
Yeah, even if it has
That's
no
good.
wobble, just because it's got a bad name. Even though it's a
Yeah, that's
beautiful,
the one
beautiful
thing that
morph.
sucks. Oh yeah, it's super cool. She's like a white, like a pearl white, and then she turns into like a creamy white, and then she's just got like this really wacky pattern. It's super cool. The only thing that sucks though, yeah, is it's just the spider. A lot of people it turns people off when you hear the word spider. If I just left it at the Mojave yellow belly, hurricane, everybody jumping all over that, but
Oh yeah, it'd be
because
gone
of the
already.
spider, yeah, that's the only thing. The spider. I'm considering dropping her price down because there was only one other one on Morph Market,
Yeah.
and that one sold exactly like her for 1,000. And it sold like 3-4 weeks ago,
Okay.
and
Cool.
it's the only one that was on Morph Market. So I'm considering putting her on Morph Market. I have a free Morph
Appreciate you.
Market account. I don't have like a super like I haven't like paid for the Morph Market just because my stuff never lasts this long. Um, and so most times it's like in and out.
Yeah.
So I haven't really decided whether or not I might just end up biting the bullet, just pay for the extra 22 a month, and just have that extra place to post.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, man. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to put it out there in front of people's faces. People don't know what you have unless you tell them, right?
For
I
sure,
actually
for
went
sure.
to. Yeah. Yeah. So you know, every avenue you
Actually,
could go
what? Sorry, I
down
was
that's going to benefit you is an avenue you should take a ride down.
for sure, man. It's something that I haven't really like. I haven't really, utilized the um morph market very much. I've more or less been on Instagram, TikTok, everything else, and I
Yeah.
post on there, and things are gone pretty quick. But I'm starting to produce more than what the average keeper is taking,
Mm-hmm.
especially right now. So we're starting to vend our expos. We're starting to do other things. So I might just set up the the extra morph market account and just
It's
do
a
it
good
that
idea,
way.
man. Because at the end of the day, when someone is project driven, and they're not just keepers, they're project driven, right? So they're
Yeah.
looking for specific genetics. It's their first go to, you know. Um, they're gonna be on there and they're gonna type in what they're looking. They're looking for hurricane. They're gonna type in hurricane and shit's gonna pop up, and yours is not gonna be there. You know what I
Right.
mean? So at the end of the day, definitely gonna help in the long term.
No, for
And
sure.
also like it's a nice place to have like a spot where people can go and see how you've treated your customers because people can leave you reviews, you know. Um,
Right.
I set up a Morph Market. I've sold tons of snakes not on Morph Market, but I have sold some through Morph Market, and the reviews there are just good to have. So when people go to check on you and they want to know that you're a credible person to buy from, they could go there and see how you've treated people, what kind of interaction they've had with you, and so there's a lot of different benefits, man. Even if you don't have much for sale, just having that there is good.
Well, no, that's the thing. I got a ton for sale, but it just never lasts long. Like, and whenever I post things up for sale, it's gone within the first week.
Yeah, that's dope.
And that's the only issue. Because like I said, I sell to stores, I sell to public, and then we do a lot of wholesale. Because
Yeah,
I produce too much. um,
yeah, good problem to have.
right. But it's a lot of fun though. I love doing this. This is our full time gig. This is what I do all day in and day out.
Living the dream,
But
man.
I'm hoping that we take off for like a lot more here soon. I'm trying to do like cut down on our lower end genetics and kind of boost up to a little more of a higher end.
Yeah,
So that way more quality in, quality out type thing. Because we're sitting at over 400 reptiles.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and that's my thing is like I wanna try to kind of cut back on a lot of the single gene or double genes and start working with more of the triple gene and up and up.
Yeah, of course.
Um, so
Listen,
that
at
way
the end
it's
of the
less
day,
mouths to feed.
yeah, exactly. It's less mouths to feed. It's less to clean. It's less time that you have to cater to the animals, which is what we love doing anyway. Even though it can get
Being
overwhelming when you
glorified
have a
pooper
lot, right?
scoopers.
Yeah, glorified pooper scoopers, exactly. But from a business perspective, I mean, are you going to get into something where you have to compete with, you know, 10, 15, 20,000 people for a $200 sale? Or would you rather compete with 30 people for a $1,200 sale or a $2,000 sale? I'd rather
Right,
compete. I'd rather compete with a lot less people, and go for the higher end stuff, more project driven projects.
right.
Yeah,
No, and that was our thing. And so because we sell to the pet stores and stuff, they don't want $1,500 animals. They want,
right.
the first ball python for somebody, like the first reptile,
Yeah, and there's nothing
things
wrong with
like
that. That just means that
right,
you have
right,
to pivot if you want to increase your reach for higher valued animals.
right. And that was my thing. And so like, if you think about it, say I cut back on some single gene stuff and I start putting like 3 gene females to 3, 4 gene males,
Mhm.
I can still get the potential of single gene snakes, double gene, triples, things like that, to where I don't have to feed or a normal female that's still or only got to produce single genes, double gene, or whatever the male is, a copy of the
Yeah,
male.
exactly. It's like go for what you really want to hit, and you'll end up with byproduct that you can sell. You don't have to have that be your focus. Like, oh, I need to make pet valued animals because that's going to come
Right,
anyway.
right. Well, because we've got two different racks for 2 different projects. We've got our 30 something tier rack that's got all of our like higher end stuff.
Yep.
And then we've got the more of like the pet trade stuff, like stuff that will go to the store or that I would post up for like first time pet owners.
Yeah, but that's
Yo,
just growth.
what's up, Jay?
Yeah. What up, Jay?
Yo, that's the family right there. Hey, shout out to Jay for what he's doing over there for US Arc Florida. He's doing a
36
36
hours.
hour, 36 hours straight live stream, guys. Make sure to check out my boy over there on Instagram. I'm not sure if he's doing his live on Instagram or if he's doing it on YouTube, but make sure to check him out. He's doing a lot to support US Arc Florida, who is on the front line for battling
Yeah,
for everybody's rights to be able to keep these exotic animals. Because what
they
happens
got
in
a
Florida doesn't stay in Florida. It's a ripple effect.
yeah, they got a lot of battles right now, man, all over the place. So yeah, shout out to them, man,
Jay
for
is the
for
man.
putting
Yep,
in the
there you go.
work.
So he's gonna be on IG. So make sure to check him out. Jay's Repta Life on IG. Make sure to check him out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna link up with Tease when he does that. We're gonna go check him out. Say what's up.
So for sure, bro. We're doing something similar, but we ain't trying to put 30 hours in a cage. We one of our sponsors, Zilla Footwear. Sorry, I'm sick, chat. So one of our sponsors, Zilla Footwear, actually put up a set of custom shoes from anything on their website for us to raffle off. So the way I was thinking about doing it was $5 per ticket gets you in, and all you got to do is just send me a screenshot, whether you send it to US Arc Florida or US Arc, and donate straight to them. Send me a screenshot, and you get like a ticket in the raffle. And I'll do like a spin to win type thing,
Yeah,
and
very cool, man.
the cost is completely taken care of. So for $5, you can get a custom set of shoes that look like these. Like
Yeah, let's see it.
that's a paid trip or paid expenses, free shipping, everything. You just pick out a set of shoes, tell them the size you want,
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
dope.
you're good to go. Like these are some quality freaking shoes that they do over there. So we they gave us a set of shoes to put up. We haven't really had the time to set up the banner and do the lives to promote it. Um,
It's all good, man. You'll get there.
yeah. God, I hate being sick. You got to
Yeah.
keep pushing though. You can't just lay there and try to sleep it off.
Yeah, I just got done, man. I was like cold chills, like feverish, like coughing, sinuses, everything, man. I was sick for like a week, and
Dude, I
then
think I have what you had.
it's just been lingering. Yeah, sucks. It's all good
It
though.
freaking, I've been sick for like 4 or 5 days, but I'm still pushing through. And the animals, just because I'm sick, don't mean the animals got to take it out on them. They still need clean. They still need fresh water. So
Yeah.
gotta push through it.
Yeah, so I'm teaching my son right now. My oldest son is you got to do shit that you don't want to do, like once you're committed you got to go
Yeah.
and just get it done, and it is what it is, regardless how you feel about it. Just get that shit done. You're gonna feel great about yourself after you're done.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope you feel
Um,
better, Jewel.
yeah, for sure. I hope you feel better because man, this cold sucks. I blame my daughter. I think because she had it for like 2-3 days, and I
Yeah,
think the only reason she had it for 2 to 3 days is because she passed it on to somebody else. That's the fastest way to get over a cold is make sure to pass it to the next person. So
yep.
I think she got it from school, then gave it to me, and then she was perfectly fine. I was like, man, I look at her, I want to punch her in the neck. I'm like, you gotta be sick. She's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's how it happens, man. It starts with the kids at school, and then they bring that shit home, and then the whole house is sick for like 2 months because there's like 6 people here.
Because it like bounces around from person to freaking person. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I hate it. Like I have to. It sucks because my son is sick now, so he's got it. But he's already on a ton of antibiotics for everything that he's going through. So
Yeah,
like,
man. Sorry to hear
it's a
about that, dude.
field day for him, dude. He don't even feel it. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just cold, and then he gets his blanket and he's good.
Yeah, little
Like
strong
I'm
man.
glad
That's
he's
what's up.
feeling good. Oh yeah, dude, he's taking this like a champ. I'm over here like it's a man cold, telling my wife like, yo, right my well. You don't get nothing. No.
That's funny.
That's our, um. So here's one. The favorite morphs was kind of like tied into this. If you could
Okay.
pull any morph from a ball python and put it into a reptile that doesn't have that morph, what reptile would you and what morph would you put into it?
Mm. Uh, yeah, that's a great question. Maybe I don't know too many morphs of like retics or like berms or anything like that, but I would think to myself like a blackhead berm. Does that make sense? To
Oh,
see
that'd be
like
cool.
a really blacked out fucking berm? Do they have those?
I don't think they have those. That would be cool as hell, though.
Yeah.
See, talking to you, I was over here thinking, I'm like, he's gonna say either Xanthic or clown, but in lychee. No.
Yeah, that would be that actually would be cool, yeah. But the leeches are cool, man. They got like pinks and reds and greens and kind of want to
Yeah,
leave them
they
like
got
that.
they got a really cool pattern over there. I like the lychee, honest.
Yeah, they're
I
beautiful.
almost took the one that Jay had. So we went and did a private tour with Jay Prehistoric.
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah.
and we were over there, and man, I almost took the one he had. He had one for sale that he ended up putting in our hands. Big old male Leachianas, dude. I think it was like the size of my freaking hand.
Yeah, they get
And
huge and they're so wrinkly and like just I don't know, man.
yeah,
They're cool. They're
dude, that was
cool,
the
man.
first time I ever held one. I was sitting there petting it. I was like, this does not feel the way I thought it would.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And yeah, I just thought that was so cool. My as first time I actually got to hold a crocodilian too. He gave us albino alligator. He's like, here, hold this. I
I'm like, yeah, okay. Put that
was
in your
like, dude,
pocket.
done. Can I take it home too? He started laughing.
Yeah.
Um, my daughter, dude, that was like her highlight. She told everybody for like a whole 2 months. She's like, you know what I did? I held an albino alligator. And like everybody's looking at me like, the fuck did you do to your daughter? Like, what did you let her mess with?
Yeah, listen, man. You tell people you have a ball python and they get all freaked out,
No, she
Yeah, no, it's
she
silly.
did this at school. She told everybody that we have like 1,000 snakes, and they were like, "Well, do they just run loose, or are they in enclosures?"
Yeah, they're all over the house.
They're all over the house. Is exactly how she responded. So
That's
I get a freaking call from the school, and they're like, "Well, your daughter is telling stories at the school." I was like, "Okay." It's a typical kid thing, right? They do that.
Yeah.
Um, she then proceeded to tell the school that we have thousands of snakes and that they're all over the house and that they just roam free. And that there's a porcupine in the house. And the lady was like, "Is that even legal?" And I was like, "Okay, let me say straight here. They're in
Yeah.
enclosures. They're not all over the house. They've got separate rooms. The kids, there's no reptiles in the kids' room anymore." And she's like, "Anymore?" I was like, "Don't even worry about it."
Yeah, you
and
gotta be careful, man. You gotta. That's exactly what the problem is with all this legislation. Is that um you got people who know nothing about what they're talking about making decisions for people who know what they're talking about, and it's kind of crazy. It's like opposite world, right? Um,
yeah.
what are you gonna do? I don't know.
And like, dude, I had to sit there for about 30 minutes. And this is the vice principal of the school that called me. So like I had to be professional and explain, like, no, this is what I do. Like you can look me up. And I hear
Yeah.
her typing while I'm talking. So I know she started
Nah,
looking me up.
yeah.
And sure enough, dude, my YouTube gets an extra follower. My Instagram got an extra follower, but a private account. Like she started following my social medias as I'm explaining where I'm at.
Yeah.
And like I'm getting the notifications that like, hey, this person just followed you. Hey, this person just followed you. And I'm like, yeah, this is not coincidence. So she started really getting interested in the reptiles, and I'm just explaining to her. I was like, no, like this is what I do. I'm an educator. This is, it's nothing crazy like that. And she's like, well, your daughter said that there's venomous. Like she whispered it, and I was like, why'd you have to on the phone? Why the hell you gotta whisper it? Whatever. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, they're under lock and key. Like, they can't get out, and the room that they're in is under lock and key, and I'm the only person with the key. I was like,
Yeah.
so
She's listening
they're
right now.
probably right. And but no, like I was like, I told her I was like, I could show you pictures. I could show you like pictures of the enclosures and stuff. Like I'm transparent. I was like,
Where do you
this is what
live?
I do. I'm in Arizona.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you guys got free range over there, right? I don't think there's
So
anything that you
we
can't
we
have.
can have anything that's native, but we can't have like the protected species. But we can have four of every species, as long as we have a hunting license. But I found out that apparently you don't need a hunting license to own them. You only need a hunting license to field collect them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well,
But I'm
that's
not entirely sure if that's entirely like fully true. I know for fact that if you have your hunting license, you can have four of each species. So, like me personally, I have three Atrox, which is the Western Diamondback. I've got Crotalus cerberus, which is the Arizona black rattlesnake. I've got uh, Crotalus Mitchellii pyrus, which is the blue speckled. And then I've got like the Mojave green sidewinders, stuff like that. So we've got
freaking
a
cool, man.
good diversity type thing, but I make sure that I'm on the up and up with everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, so you said you don't breed rodents anymore, so like what's that
Dude, it's
running you? What's that
a
running you to
lot.
feed all that? Yeah.
Oh,
Are you but that's what
so
I'm
I,
asking. Like,
I,
are you
I hit
buying
up a
rodents
couple.
or
So I do live for the hots. And then for the rest of everything else, I do frozen thawed. So Cold Blooded Cafe hooks
okay.
us up. Shout out to Cold Blooded. They always take good care of us. Um, and then for the live, I just pick up from a breeder out here. He hooks us up. And I've been
That's
going
awesome.
going to him for years. And then sometimes I'll stop over at like one of my buddy runs this store now. It's Scales and Tails, and he hooks me up over there too. So I'll hang out over there, get some rodents from him from time to time. Help support what he's doing over there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it costs us a lot to keep it
Yeah,
going. That's
I
why I
bet.
was like, I want to start producing our own rats, but like I ain't trying to kill my nose in the process.
Yeah, that was the reason I started was because like it's nowhere near what your bill probably is, but it was still significant to where I was like, huh, there's gotta be a better way. And started watching videos on how to breed rodents and learned about the Norwegians and everything that they need and how to set everything up. And now I got about 20 bins with 1.5s. And I did it not only just for myself, but I did it to supply my community, or at least as many as I can in my community, because a lot of stores, man, they'll run out in a day or
Yep.
two, and then you're stuck like Chuck, or you got to drive 40 minutes or an hour away to go find somebody that has rodents, if they even have rodents.
Yep.
You know
That's
what I
my
mean?
guy. He's about an hour away. I got to drive up to go hike up there. So I
Yeah,
try to
that
do
shit
it like
sucks,
once
man.
a month.
Yeah, that shit sucks, man.
And that's the other thing I've noticed too is out here, like it's super hard to find feeders right now, everything too. Like
Mhm.
nobody has them available.
Yeah, people don't want to do it. They don't
No,
want to do it.
that's that's the thing that sucks. And I know with what was it? We had a really hot summer last year, and a lot of people weren't prepared for that summer heat, and a lot of their rats didn't make it through the summer.
Oh, really? So
I know one dude who had like 400 rats, and he lost his entire rat collection because of the heat.
wow. So I'm in South Florida, and I have them on a patio. So I haven't
Nice,
dealt with I haven't dealt with the intense heat yet. I mean, it's still Florida, so it gets hot here, even though it's wintertime. But I
right?
haven't experienced like the summer heat, humidity, lingering. So that'll be something that I gotta prepare myself for.
Man, I have you had like since they're on the porch and you're out there in South Florida, man. You guys got like raccoons and a whole
Oh,
bunch of crazy stuff, dude.
yeah. It's a screened in porch, and then like across the bottom of the screened in porch, I have it's like fencing, but it's like really thick, so nothing could get through it. Just in case they get through the screen. But I haven't had any issues, man. I haven't seen anything try to get in. I haven't seen any like rips in the screens or anything. So feeling pretty confident as far as that goes.
No, it's awesome, man. That's what I was wondering. I was like, when you say that, I'm like, damn, dude, you guys got like crazy little animals running around your guys' neighborhood. You not worried
Yeah, we
nothing's
do.
gonna pop through and try to jack your stuff? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I
No,
saw a
everything's good.
video yesterday actually on Instagram. There was a raccoon that has been like coming through this dude's shed. It was pushing through the window AC,
And eating all the
and
rat food, huh?
yeah, dude, it went after the rat food, ate all the rat food, and then it started killing his rats and eating the rats.
Oh wow.
It's like it was opening the bins and taking a hold of the rats and killing them, dude. And then like they were just destroying his stuff, and then it would dip out. So if you leave like a bloody massacre, and like all the food is gone, and then the freaking like he's like, what the hell happened in here?
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
And he went in the one day and he took a video, and sure enough, there's a freaking raccoon shoved as far back as it can get in the back of the rack, just hiding, looking at the guy through the mesh. Friggin' nuts.
Yeah, that is nuts.
So let's see what so what is your most anticipated pairing or hatching for this season?
Well, like I said, like 3 or 4 years ago, I was taking it a little more serious. So I started working on double heads, genetic stripe and pied together. So calico, banana, genetic stripe pieds was what I was building for. And last year was my first time actually getting the opportunity to hit it. I missed it, but I only had one female that was double head go for me. So this season I got 4 total double head females, and I'm hoping that we could hit some double visual ones. What up, Trevor? Some double visual genetic stripe pieds would be dope.
Ooh, that would be dope.
Yeah, and then of course, like I said, a bunch of double heads and just a head army, bro. It's just head
Man,
army for the next year or two.
you playing the long game, and I'm hoping that plays out for you, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for
'Cause
it, dude.
that's gonna be dope. See me like I went the dominant gene to game, and I'm over here freaking I went banana crazy. So we're over here with like banana freaking everything, either banana or enchi. So and then I got stupid curious, and I could have looked this up on the internet and stuff, right? So I had a couple candinos, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a mess with candino, and so I created candino pastels and
Mhm.
then candino black pastel,
Oh, black.
just for the hell of it.
Mhm.
Just so I could see like visually holding them hand in hand what the difference would be.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I really like the Candino Black Pastel more than I like the Candino Pastel. It
I had Candinos when I first started out, and they're beautiful, man.
they're
So
beautiful animals. Um, these ones for some reason with the pastel, I don't know if the pastel really washed it out or if it was supposed to. I thought it would more enhance the coloration a little bit better, like does in like pastel albino.
yeah,
But I guess it took after more of the candy because it was super washed out and faded. Like it was pretty, but like the Candino black pastel, like you can't beat that coloration. It's gorgeous.
yeah. I got
Um,
a lavender albino,
there you
black
go.
pastel. So beautiful, man. So black pastel and any kind of albino, Candino,
So
Toffino.
you got the lavender. Do you have it near you? I was about to say I have the black pastel. I'm curious to see what the difference is between the lavender and
Yeah, sure.
the.
Let me
Yeah,
go see if she's good to go.
yeah. Here, let me grab mine real quick. I'm curious. Like we'll show it out and see what's up. That'd be cool. Mine's just sitting like right here, chat.
What's tough about it is it's hard to show them on screen and have it be vivid enough.
Here, I'll solo you out so everybody can see it. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, the thing is stunning, dude.
Oh, that's gorgeous. And so that is an albino lavender.
This is a lavender albino black pastel.
God,
I don't know if you can see it that good, but if you look kind of like right here, the way the white fades into the orange is pretty intense.
I see that. That is really cool. So
Yeah,
that
it's kind of hard.
lavender really brightens that up.
Yeah, it's funny. The green screen is picking it up right there. You see
I
that?
see that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Does I wasn't even a fan of lavender that much really, and then we were at Daytona and my girl saw this and she was like, "Hi, Candy, can we get that?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, we could get that. Let's go."
So this is ours. This is just Candino black pastel. And I think the Candino and the black pastel are really working together on that. That makes this weird purplish chocolate look.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it.
I thought that was really cool. And then like I sold the candy albino. I actually ended up trading him out for the one of the monitors we just got. I traded him with two Matamatas, Matamata babies that we produced over here for a Jim Hex Guru Guru line Asian water monitors. Just dope. But no, so I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that'd be cool to kind of like
Yeah.
compare side by side there.
It's actually it's less similar than I thought it was gonna be.
So did I. I thought it would be like, pretty close together, but yours is like night and day compared to like this one.
Yeah, mine just has a lot more white.
A lot more white, and it like turns really orange between the transition. I really like that.
Yeah, it was cool, man. That's what attracted me to it. I was like, holy shit, man! Like, look at that fade. It's pretty dope.
I'm gonna have to start working more with lavender albino, man. That was really cool. It kind of looked like an orange dream to me.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, how orange it is. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like, just like an OD type thing.
And the thing is, I didn't even have any like real plans for that project, lavender albinos, because I really wasn't a fan of it. And then we got it, and it went for a while before I even thought about anything that I would want to work. And then somebody posted a sunset lav, and I was like, holy shit, that's it, sunset lavender, let's go. So I gotta eventually get a sunset boy as she gets close to the size. And
So
we'll see
with
if we can
sunset lavender, I wonder if that would really brown out as an adult, or will the lavender help keep it really pretty up into adulthood? Because I know with
it was
sunset,
super bright. You're right. It was super bright. And I can't wait to see if that person, I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, but I can't wait to see what that looks like as an adult.
because I know with sunset, like I was really into the sunset gene when it first came out. I loved everything about it. I really wanted to get into the project. And then I started really looking into the adults, and they have like, three genes into the sunset. And they're all supposed to be like super bright jeans, and this thing just brown, like rusty browned it out. I was like,
Yeah.
I
So
don't like that.
Miguel hit the DG sunset, and some people say they don't like it, but I see its potential because at the end of the day, what I like about it is that it defines the alien heads from the rest of the snake. So typically a sunset, it almost like looks like mudded out, right? Between the
Yeah.
alien heads and the dorsal and all that. So that's what people kind of don't like about it. When he added the DG to it and it really made the alien heads intense, I just think there's like super potential for that project.
No, for sure. I think that'd
Yeah.
be pretty cool. I know Miguel produced a couple pretty badass reptiles like just recently.
Yeah, Miguel's sick
Um,
with it, bro.
I know I got to get him on here. We were talking the other day. I got to get him on. I think it'd be pretty cool to talk genetics with him.
Yeah,
Because I know he's
absolutely.
got a plethora of freaking genetics over there.
Yeah, I like to use the word plethora.
I heard my daughter say it earlier. Thought I'd use it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no doubt. That's good.
Uh, the but no, I mean he's got so many genetics over there. I think he'd be a really good person to talk to genetic wise. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
let's see. So, what is your goal as a breeder?
Uh, really, just to make beautiful animals that I appreciate. At the end of the day, uh, I think that as long as I'm happy with what I'm producing, and as long as I love what I'm doing, then it doesn't matter if things sell or don't sell. Um, but I think that my vision for what I'd like to accomplish will be attractive to other people. So, if it works out, awesome. If it doesn't work out, still awesome because I have
Right, as
things that I
long
think
as
are
you
beautiful.
love it.
Yeah, so that's the goal, man. Just produce beautiful animals that I appreciate, and hopefully other people appreciate them too. And we could grow together as an industry and build relationships with people, and it's awesome, man. This whole thing, man. It's not just one thing; it's everything together that makes it great.
No, for sure. I mean, that's why I love doing these podcasts. Is like, reaching out to you, like you said, you've only got a couple, you've only got like 30 something snakes.
Hmm.
That really wasn't why I brought you on. I brought you on because you're really passionate about what you work with. You're
Yeah,
really passionate about how you mess with things. How when you talk about what you're working with, you're passionate about it.
yeah, it's exciting,
And
man.
and
Thank you.
and that's what I'm looking for to bring people on. I'm trying to bring on more passionate people because at the end of the day, passion is going to outbeat a lot of the negative, the people that are trying to get out of here, they're trying to make just more in it just for the money type thing.
Yeah,
They're
those
not
people
they're
don't
not
last though, man.
and that's
I
that's my thing
Yeah, you
is
got
those
to
people
enjoy
never
cleaning
last
the
long.
shit. Yeah, you got to enjoy cleaning the shit, man. I say it all the time. My favorite time is cleaning the shit because then I get to hold every snake. I get to inspect every snake. I get to look at them and see their growth and weigh them and do all this. So the interaction with the animals while I'm cleaning is like, I love it. I love it. But other
See,
people that are money, go ahead.
I gotta give shout outs to the people that are in it for the money though, because at the end of the day, they help people like me because they buy all these crazy ass genetics and then in a year or two get out and then they sell them for dirt cheap and then that helps me out at the end of the day. I mean, it sounds fucked up, but like they get in it thinking they're gonna make all this crazy money and then
Yeah,
they don't make the money that they think they're gonna make in the short amount of time. So like for
yeah.
instance, I just picked up a 3-4 gene male and wait, hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5 ready to breed females for $350.
Yeah, that's a steal. Yeah,
Three no, three normal females that were over one of them is sitting at 4,000 grams, the other one's sitting at 3,000 grams, and the other one's sitting at 2,500.
yeah. So you're getting 8 eggs or better at least.
Oh yeah, well that's just those 3 females. Then you've got a lesser female that is sitting at 2,000 grams, easy 3,000. Then we picked up the exanthic female, and she's sitting at a little over about 15. I think she's like 1560 or something like that.
So how many ball
Um,
pythons you working with?
huh?
How many ball pythons are you working with?
80
Okay.
now.
Do you
Probably.
think you'll start consolidating the genetics and I don't want to say slimming down the collection, but enhancing its
I want to
power
enhance more
power potential?
genetics with the ball pythons. So like we keep over 400 reptiles. I breed mostly a lot of frogs, tegus, monitors, things like that. I got other pythons like the Burmese, the retics,
Yeah.
um, and stuff like that. And we've got like the sand boas and things like and stuff like that. So over snake wise, we're over 150 snakes, and that's
Damn.
just adult breeders. And then everything else is like I don't even count the venomous as these snakes either. So that would put us at over 160.
Yeah.
Um,
My numbers are gonna go up quick though, man. And that's what I like about having such a small collection now and being able to dial in is that when I start making these double and triple heads, I need to hold everything back. So, to go
right.
from 30 to 100, it's gonna happen fast.
Oh yeah.
But that's okay because I have the space, right? If I already had 100 and then I tried doing all these double triple head projects, now running into 300
The two,
animals.
300 animals. Yep.
Yeah, it gets a little intense, man, when you start thinking about it. And some people talk about clutches and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to have like 30 clutches." And it's like, "Yo, do you realize 30 clutches? How many babies that is? That's a lot of babies, dude."
It's a lot of
Yeah,
babies. It's a lot of mouths to feed. And
yeah,
right
yeah,
now, if you can't find a steady source of food, man, it's a lot of mouths that are gonna go hungry if you can't find a steady source of food, especially right now
yeah,
with everybody having issues feeding.
yeah, 100%. What's going on, chat?
Sorry, my son was
You're,
he's yelling from across the house. He's all, "Where's mom?" I was like, "She's
nah,
on her
you're
way
all
home,
good.
dude."
You're all good, man. I
Wait,
was just shouting at the chat.
you're good, bro. You're good. I appreciate you though. So where do you see your collection 5 years down the road?
Um, if I had to do 5 years, I would say starting to produce. Hopefully, if the odd gods are with me, producing the double and triple visuals. Um, but time will tell what happens, man. Once we get to that point, it's gonna be a whole new ball game for me. Um, just really holding back a lot of powerhouse things that are gonna propel me forward fairly rapidly. So
I like it,
yeah,
man. I like it. I'm excited to see what you produce. I'm excited to see that flourish because my thing is I love to see people succeed in what they're doing,
yeah. I want to see
and
people win. That's good.
that's my thing. Like I love watching people do what they want, like what they like working with, because at the end of the day, if you're super passionate about it, you're over here trying to do something that I'm gonna be honest with you, I have never seen before. I've never
Yeah,
never looked at that up. So, listen to you work or talk about what you want to work with, what you're trying to produce.
yeah.
In my head, I can kind of picture it and it sounds fucking awesome.
Like
But to
goal
be
would be
honest, I
like
haven't seen
an exanthic clown desert ghost pied. Like, what does that look like? Nobody knows, but I'm gonna
no,
try
that
to
just
find
sounds
out.
cool as shit though.
Yeah, and then on top of it, like I'm just talking about recessives, but I also have other genetics that are involved. So we have like redhead stuff,
Nice.
chocolate, we got leopard, we got spot nose, um, might have a mandarin. I'm not sure if it's mandarin or not. Might have a het monsoon. Not sure. I got to prove everything out and find out.
Cool. Now,
But yeah, got some cool things in the works, man. And it's just time. And like and honestly, it moving slow like that because the animals move slow. Like everybody that gets into this thinking they're gonna get rich really quick or they're gonna make big projects right away. It's like that's not how that shit works. You got to have patience and you got to let it grow slowly and you got to get your female army together and grown and then you start implementing new males with powerful genetics and so forth and so forth.
it's a kid trying to
Yeah,
get me
what's
to
up?
go outside. He's like, dude, there's something outside. I was like, there's nothing outside. He's like, I swear there's something. Nothing, nothing.
Yeah,
Like
maybe you should
nothing,
check
nothing.
that out.
Yeah, he's like, well, Dad, there's something outside. I'm like, dude, I was like, this is not, what is that movie? Was it The Fourth Kind, where you're like, there's something outside, and I'm gonna go outside and get abducted by aliens. We live way too close to Stardust Ranch. Or I don't know if you ever
Oh, that
heard of
movie.
Alien
Yeah, it's
Ranch.
fine.
Dude, they're down the road from me. No joke. It's right down the road from me.
That's cool.
And like that dude was always telling everybody, he's like, man, I'm fighting aliens on a day-to-day basis. And
On
he's
a
like, I'm
day-to-day
keeping the
basis.
community safe. I'm like, bro, either you're fighting Mexicans, or I was like, which I am, or you're fighting actual aliens. I was like, I don't know which one I feel more comfortable with. And he started laughing.
Yeah,
Crazy
that's
old dude.
hysterical.
I think it was funny is I remember seeing a ton of vehicles over there because I have to pass him to go to my buddy's house,
Yeah.
and I have to pass him to go like out herping where I go. So I remember seeing the Ghost Adventures crew in his yard talking to him, and I was like, I swear that looks like the dudes from Ghost Adventures, and I didn't think anything of it. Like I just thought, I was like, hey, that's funny. Like, you know, maybe they're doing something.
Yeah.
Kid you not, months later, that's when I freaking see the video of them legitimately interviewing the guy at the ranch and his wife, and she's over here telling these crazy ass stories. Like, you know, I remember it was middle of the day, and you know, like four alien cruisers fly above me, and it went from like or bright day to super dark, and you know, I lift up my sword and said, "You shall not pass." I'm like, "What are you, fucking Lord of the Rings?"
Yeah.
And
People
she
get
freaking,
kind
she's
of
like,
crazy.
dude, they're like, I remember she's like, I was struck by lightning, and then the cruiser just appeared, and the sun came back out. I walked inside, and I remember the funniest part of it. He looked at his people. He's all, did we fucking drug test them? Like, did we test them? Like, yeah, I think I was like the
Yeah,
craziest thing. I was like, now people see what hell we got to deal with out here in the boonies now.
that's hysterical.
So here, I don't want to take up more or too much more of your time. We're already at like an hour in.
Yeah,
Um,
that's good, man.
so I've got two, technically three more questions. Go ahead. Um, if you had the chance to own any reptile, say you have the permits needed, experience, the money to have it, everything. If you could own one or a pair of anything, what would it be and why?
Probably Komodo dragons because they're
Ooh,
fucking
damn, my
badass.
boy went big.
Yeah, let's go big body dinosaurs. Yeah, that's what I would do, man. I think they're beautiful and they're powerful and they're huge and I'm a big person, so anything big to me is like awesome. Like I would love like a panda bear or like, you know, some crazy shit like that. But yeah, Komodo dragon for sure.
Yeah, dude, I like it, man. I like it. You know, they're pretty dope. I like I like komodos. I would love to work with a pair of them because I've been told they're actually going on the endangered list.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, a lot of people are saying they're going endangered at this point because of what's going on in Komodo Island. So I think it'd be really cool to have a couple of those and try to produce them here in the U.S. I think it was last year was the first time they were actually are able to produce them in captivity
Awesome.
at one of the zoos.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I thought that was pretty cool. So hopefully they can, or we can keep doing that and help preserve the species. You know,
Yeah, that's an intense animal, you know. But
for sure.
yeah, I mean, if you got the skills and you know what you're doing, why not?
Right? Why not? And then my second to last question for you: if somebody had a ton of reptiles or a handful of reptiles and wanted to try their hand at breeding, and they came to you and said, "Hey, this is what I want to do. I want to
Right.
breed reptiles. What is your advice? What would your
Uh,
advice be to them?"
I would say it depends on what species it is. Um,
Let's
as
take a
far
ball
as
python.
okay, yeah, sure, ball pythons. I would say dive in deep on researching genetics first and different combinations. Um, the more time you put into educating yourself, the better off you're going to be when you start investing any kind of money into it. Um, when it comes to breeding, be creative. Don't copycat. You know, don't see that somebody else created this and now you're like, oh, I'm going to create that. No, create something better than that. You know, have a little creativity with your pairings and build your collection off of what what could be instead of what is already, if that made sense.
I like it, man. I like it.
Chris,
Shout
what
out.
up?
We got Chris in the house. What's up, brother?
Big
Appreciate you
dog
jumping in.
Wilson.
Now, big dog Chris, appreciate you.
Yo, what up, guys? Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's having a great week. Looking forward to Hair Down Friday. See everybody there.
Yo, sorry. Now my daughter came in. She's like, "Yeah, can you open this?" I was like, "Oh God, kids."
Nah, it's all good, man. Yeah, I got 4
So,
kids and a granddaughter, so I get it.
damn, you already a granddad, bro.
Yeah.
Would have never guessed. I thought you were over here like like 28 years old or something. Like I was like,
Nah,
man, what?
I'm 40, man. Look at my grays.
Hey,
I'm
man, that's where
40.
kids. That's the point of kids, man. I'm only in 25 and I've got grades.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens fast. But it's awesome, man. It's a blessing. So don't ever apologize for the kids being rowdy or whatever.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know, they're over there. They wait until like they're dependent on each other. They're just fine, and that like they're just they only know nobody's else. Second, I'm live. Hey, dad. Hey, dad. Hey, dad. I'm like,
Oh
where
yeah.
was this all like 2 hours ago?
Yeah, I jump on Hair Down Friday with Keys Constrictors, T and Keisha, and my kids won't call me all day, bro. And then like right when I go live, they're like, "Ring, ring, you want to have a conversation?" And I'm like, "Yo, you're killing me." But it's all good. I
Right?
love them. Yeah.
It's all right. My wife does the same thing too. She waits till I'm on live and she's over here like, "Hey, I'm gonna call you," or then it starts like blowing my phone up, like I'm bored
Yeah.
or something. If she's not like
Hey, can
out
you do
work
this?
or
Can you
something.
do this thing for me real quick? It's not like you're on a podcast or anything.
Yeah, lad, nothing like that. Speaking of that, so here's a funny one for you. How many followers till you tell your wife that you're too famous to take the trash out?
Hmm I don't know. I don't know.
I tell I asked that one on a couples live. I interviewed the wives of reptile keepers,
That's really
and
cool.
man, they all like the second I ask it, each one of them looked at them like, "Go ahead, answer that."
Yeah, wait till yeah, exactly. Like, yo, answer that question. Like, no, I can't answer that.
They were like, "Oh no, it was funny because they were like, nah, we're mutual thing, like I'll take the trash out," and the other one's like, "I got kids, man. I make them take the trash out. I'm already too famous."
Yeah, no, we're everybody helps out around the house, man. Kids, mom, dad, everybody. So
So I told I was straight. I let my wife's out when she's how many followers you need? I'm like, I don't know how many I have, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't taking that trash out. Yeah,
that's
no, she
funny.
got me. She got me with the chocolate.
She was like, yeah, I was okay, yeah, you got the chancleta.
Hmm I don't know
Yeah,
if you see the picture or not. There, we did a whole meme that hashtag It's Your Destiny one. Was it shout out to Kayla's Creations? Kayla got a good screenshot of her hitting me with the chocolate, and it moved my glasses and everything, right?
yeah, that's
And
funny.
she turned it into a cartoon, and we ended up putting it on shirts and stickers as part of our sticker pack. It's
Yeah, that's
freaking
dope.
nuts. I think Chris might still have a couple of them.
I was just thinking that would be a great T-shirt. Yeah,
Oh no, we got T-shirts, we got it on mugs. One dude sends me a picture. He was all, "When I'm having a bad day, I just look at your." Or he's like, "When my wife's irritating me and I'm having a bad day, I just look at the mug I bought off your Teespring." He's all, "It makes me remind myself that I'm not fucking around fighting out today."
yeah. There's levels to that shit, right?
But so my last question for you, my guy, before I let you go, how can my followers find you?
Yeah, you can check me out on Instagram. That's where I spend the most of my time. I do have Facebook. I do have TikTok. I'm not as busy on those as I am on Instagram. I do have a YouTube channel too. If you want to go follow me on YouTube, I'm actually working on putting together a podcast of my own where I interview people.
Nice.
Yeah. Gonna focus on business and you know diving deep to that aspect of it because I feel like more people need to be guided um in the business aspect. If you want to take it serious and you want to be a business, then maybe this will be something that you're interested in. Where I talk to people that have been in the game for a while. We talk numbers, we talk strategies, we talk different ideas and projections for the future. So
I like it.
yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. I'm gonna name it my favorite reptile podcast. That's gonna be the name.
Yo, my boy
Yeah.
trying to be shots fired. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Nah. Just in case, man. If people don't like it, they'll be like, "Oh man, I hate that." My favorite reptile podcast. It's like contradiction there.
Contradiction, yo. I like it, man. That's dope.
Yeah,
Yo, so your chat. So I'll make sure to get all his links and I will put it in the description so that way after you guys can be able to find him more easy. On
appreciate that.
his social media platforms. Does make life a lot easier for you guys. But I appreciate you jumping on and sharing your passion with us, man. It's awesome talking with you.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely, bro. Anytime. Thank you.
yeah, not a problem. It was like I said, I love bringing on people that are passionate about what they work with.
Yeah, man. I'm
And
super excited for the future.
I've seen you on a couple lives on Instagram and on YouTube, and every time you talk about what you're working with and stuff, you seem pretty passionate about
Yeah,
what you have. So it was a no brainer to get you on to kind of share your
appreciate
passion
that.
with us because a lot of the people that follow us on here are new to reptiles. So that's why
Nice.
like
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons I was like, hey, let's see the difference between Candino and Lavender since they were both albino and black pastel.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
it was like a night and day difference. So that was more or less kind of my curiosity. And then as well as, we've got a lot of people in here that are new to reptiles and reptile genetics.
No, it's
So I
amazing,
think that
man. I,
was
I
something pretty
love
cool.
yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I love teaching people about what we do, you know. I'm only from the ball python aspect, but when I pull out a white snake, they're like, "Oh my god," and then you pull out a yellow snake and they're like, "Oh my god," and it's just like, "Hey," and then they wonder if it's slimy and they're like nervous to touch it. And
Oh yeah.
by the end of our interaction, man, they're holding it, they're taking pictures, they got it around their neck. It's really cool, man. Cold-blooded
Here-
Guineas, what's
Here's
up?
here's one question for you.
Yeah, sure.
How many times have you ever been asked, have you ever heard the story of the lady that slept
Oh
with
my
her giant snake?
oh my god, does your ball python size you up to eat you? And I'm like, yeah, all the time. Yeah, it has to grow another 15 feet before it does that. But yeah, all the time it thinks about it.
Yeah, no, I get that one quite often, especially on TikTok. You ever hear the lady that slept with her big old snake and
Oh
it
my
was sizing
god,
her up? I
man.
was like, oh my god.
That's the worst. Yeah, that's
I was
the
like,
worst.
I feel I would be rich if I gave, or if I ever got paid for even if it was just $1 for. Do I have a cobra? And have you ever heard this story?
Yeah. And then people are afraid of getting bit by them. And I'm like, dude, I'd rather get bit by a ball python than a fucking dog or a cat or any of that shit. You gotta figure
Fact.
the head is about the size of my thumb, which means the teeth are only like the mouth is about that big and the teeth are even smaller. So it's like it's a no-brainer. I'll get bit by a snake all day. Probably not a
Yeah,
retake. Probably not a
I'd
burn. Probably
rather
not
get
a
bit by
venomous.
a ball python any day of the freaking week over than
Yeah.
like this or that.
Yeah,
Like
for
this
sure.
whole rack is stitches if I get bit. So I'm like, no.
Sarah, my
I'll
cat.
take a bite from a ball python anytime. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh look, I got little pinholes. And they freaking
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm missing a finger. No.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. She says her cats size her up. Yeah, so do mine. I got cats and dogs, and
But I
you know.
do, or so do my cats. Yo, that's because tell me if I'm wrong, but a cat if you were to like die or whatever, isn't a cat gonna eat you? Like,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
that like a big
Actually,
thing?
they start off by licking your face, and then it becomes raw, and then they start eating your face.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I'm
wild.
not a cat guy. This is why. See, I'm a chill with my dogs. I mean, they might eat me at some point, but still, though, like,
Dogs will eat you. Yeah. Hey, I
I
always
mean,
tell people, man, like if these snakes were bigger, they would eat us too. They gotta
yeah,
stop
for
thinking
sure.
that these snakes have like emotional attachments to them. Like, no, your snake does not love you the way you think it does. It's a snake.
Yeah,
It doesn't even want you to fucking touch it, but it might tolerate you.
it
Um,
tolerates you, and that's like the gist of it. Is the
Yeah.
best way I explain to people. They're like, "Oh, it loves you," because like everybody's like, "Oh, like that thing's moving all the time because it loves you." I'm like, "No, she's moving because she's an active snake." I was like, "And it's really warm in there, so she's got the energy to move around."
Yeah,
And I was like,
exactly.
"But." I was like, if I let her out, she's not just gonna want to hang out on me. She's gonna want to move around and like roam and do her thing. She ain't gonna care about me being in here. I was like,
Yeah,
she tolerates it.
people
She
swear
don't
that
love
they're
me.
I swear snakes love them so much, and it's like, nah, probably not. Don't you say that? You don't know them.
Fucking Eric.
Eric, man, you're funny, bro.
Leave it to Eric. Pop in last minute, talk shit. No, I'm just
Yeah, talk
kidding.
shit and then leave. No doubt. Appreciate you, big dog.
Typical Eric. Typical Eric. That's funny because it says that too. It was that 9 people. He comments, goes down to 8.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
It's a typical
that's
Eric
funny.
thing. But all right, brother, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I feel that's the most precious thing people could give is their time. So I appreciate you jumping on and sharing your passion with us.
All right, man.
Everybody in the chat, you guys are amazing. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I want to say shout out to you guys because you guys helped us hit over 1,200 followers on here. Last I checked, I think we were at 1,220. For real, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys. It means a lot to me. We're very, very close on our watch hours at this point, to be able to get monetized on here. So you guys sticking it out with us, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you. Appreciate it. I love you, Eric. Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure to see you guys too.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you both. Yeah, anytime. But I appreciate you guys. But until next time, guys. I'll catch y'all. I think we're gonna be live Friday. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I still haven't heard back from our Friday, but if not, we might just do a hangout live Friday. Might be an open mic. Everybody jump on, just hang out. But we'll see what happens. But until next time, chat. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Later.